Oh, and welcome back, everyone, to the Band of Misfits. Last session, our party managed to successfully kill a member of the Dragon Generals, Dragon Brigade, Dragon Party, whatever you want to call it. Managed to put a huge dent in their mining operation, and also killed a member of the Prismatic Guard. After doing so, they grabbed whatever treasures they could carry uh, and hightailed it out of the underground. What basically what felt like an underground tomb. Um, Once out, they are now on a trek back to Waterdeep to try and relay to the council what has taken place. Anything you guys would like to? Yeah, we also made a new party member, Dr. Chilver. Is there anything you guys would like to say or do while you guys are making the trek back to town?
I just want to say I love the just Dragon Brigade. The Dragon Brigade just gave me a funny image.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. Upon leaving the waterfall, this is going to be the first time Lefane meets Dr. Chilver.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Airy and Valentine, though they're not here currently.
They're in the background.
They're here somewhere. Gotta go dig around in our magic sack to go find them.
Who put them in the bag of holding?
Everyone looks at Steve. Lefane, this is Dr. Chilver.
Hello.
Greetings.
Good thing to meet you.
And as you're shaking his hand, I'm not gonna whisper into Lefane's ear, whatever you do not look under his goggles.
That's not reassuring.
Is there something on my face?
Well, no, thankfully you're wearing goggles, so all is good.
Okay. Protection is important.
Again, seriously, do not look under his goggles. You would be traumatized, little Lefane.
And there's going to be some bristling of the fur on her tail.
Aw. But to sum things up, we killed the Dragon General.
That's wonderful news. I don't think the opposing team will be too thrilled with the news.
I highly doubt it. No, but I mean, we each gave a team effort. Jasper certainly gave it a couple kicks, and I think Granny, for the most part, was scared stiffless and hiding in the tunnel.
I hope Granny's feeling a bit better by now.
The tunnel was a safe place.
Thankfully, I was drunk enough that the dragon's stinky breath didn't affect me as much as most people.
Thank heaven for that. Even Kakokin here, I'm just wrapping my arm around him. Even he landed a couple good shots.
That's wonderful.
Do you have a lab? I want to go tune my gear. I want to go see if they tinkered with it.
All right. Let's get back to Waterdeep. I think pretty much we're all here, right? Like Kupari, Tenethil, everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it took about a good few days to hike back to Waterdeep. Not much of interest has happened along the route. Dr. Chilver, you during one of the nights you guys had to camp up, you took that night to take a look over your gear to make sure everything's in working order.
Yes.
For the
Alright.
most part, it is in still working order. There is a little water damage due to it being in the Dragon's Hoard, which was right next to a water exit.
Have to get some deruster. Gotta get me some WD-40.
But yeah, for the most part, it's still in working order. Just needs a little spit shine.
Excellent.
It's sponsored by Fantasy WD-40.
Fancy WD-40. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say what it stands for in this realm. Anyway, you guys soon made it back to Waterdeep. When you guys do, it's like basically the crack of dawn. The sound of a cockatrice standing atop the town hall lets out its morning screech to wake up the rest of the town.
The strange bird.
I think somebody needs to turn that into a piece of fried chicken.
I can make the grill to do it. I can make magic grill.
Jasper, that's so funny because I was just thinking the exact same thing. You beat me to the punch.
Fried cockatrice has a hint of earthiness to it.
Hey, you can still even name the brand KFC.
Kentucky Fried
Cockatrice.
And the good news is, whether the meal goes right or wrong, either way, one of the characters is getting stoned.
You can buy it or I can buy it. Either way, it's going to be bit.
You guys essentially made it back into town to find that most of the cleanup, most of the damage that happened during the first attack before you guys left was all relatively clean up. There's still some leftover vines and body parts strewn about.
Like, yeah, Sputnik and Stellahime were working overtime.
In fact, off in the distance, you actually see a small rat trying to make off with a foot. When you guys get back to the tavern, you see it's all cleaned up to the point of where they can start serving food again, but it's still, like, kind of under construction. Like, they can serve food and drink, it's just they can't let anyone sleep there. And in fact, sitting at your usual table is Governor Nighthill.
I'm guessing the rest of our party is there with him.
Yep.
Like Barry waves us over. Hey, it's about time you old whippersnappers got back. How was your time hanging in the trees?
I was in a cage.
What the heck? What the King Star? What the heck did you come from?
I don't know.
Well, you see, when two people love each other very much.
I know. I know. I'm old for a reason. I've been around long enough.
Yeah, it looked like Governor Nighthill is like he's like on the verge of like melting down, like he's pinching his nose, trying to collect his thoughts.
Rough day.
Why do you guys have to make things so difficult for us?
Jeez,
I have no context for what that means.
I mean,
I just got here.
If you're going to complain about the style of the way we do things, you could always go and do it yourself.
Yeah, we get the shit done. What do you do? Complain. That's what you do.
You destroy our town with a dragon. Second, you lose a member of not only your party, but of the Harpers. So now they're down my throat, because I'm supposed to be taking care of you. But I don't want to.
Well, see, that's your problem. You're supposed to be, you don't want to. We probably also don't want you to.
And it seems like your friends here want to try and go after, I believe it was Sam.
Well, yeah, he is their friend. That's kind of what you do.
I say, along with the council, say, you guys need to focus your energy on dealing with the cult first and foremost.
And what better way to deal with the cult than go find the man who can nuke them and melt their faces off with just a wave of his hand?
Because by the time you're finished with him, the cult would have dealt up enough resources to actually bring back Tiamat, and we do not want that.
So, I'm new to party. Who is that? I am new to friend group. Who is Tiamat? I must know.
Tiamat's a five-headed dragon who thinks that she runs the world.
Yeah, we're trying to stop we're trying to stop her delusional followers from bringing her into this world.
Ah, I see. That does sound
And
bad.
pretty much we're the ones that have to stop it. We got an elderly we got like an elderly minotaur, a floofy kitty, that's you, LaFane, and just about the rest of us.
I see. Well, I can make many things that can help. Should they be wanted?
I suppose, but we'll need to figure out what we need.
That's fine. I have all the time in the world.
Can you make any kind of weapons that are particularly effective against dragons?
Do cannons count? I can make cannons, explosives, lots of them.
I mean, cannons are kind of effective against anything you point them at as long as you hit them.
Yes.
A cage. Can you make some kind of cage?
What do you like, Tanitha? What do you
Like
mean
like a
cage?
magic cage?
What kind of cage you talking about, Tanithil?
I require more details.
Mm. Well, I guess it would. He glances over at Night Hill, who's just like giving him like the death glare, and Hill just sighs like, "This is not for Tiamat, though."
So for what, like Sam?
Cage not for the big dragon. Okay.
A cage for a god of mischief.
So wait. You want him to make a cage that can suck out Loki's essence out of Sam?
Mm-hmm.
You want to make cage for a god.
Stupid, I know.
You do it?
I will do it.
You can?
Well, I can try.
Alright. Governor Nighthill speaks up.
I don't know how good I'll do.
Governor Nighthill speaks up. Okay, while you're planning this whole cage scenario, we can be dealing with the cult at the same time. End of story. At this point, you guys hear, well, not really hear, okay, what is everyone's passive perception?
Passive perception.
Mine is
Well,
a perception.
My passive perception is 19.
Mine is 10.
Right? Gertrude.
19 as
Yes.
well.
Okay, so Gertrude and LaFane, you two being having the same highest passive perception, notice out of the corner of your eye a female basically gliding into the tavern with her hair basically sheening a bright metallic silver. Walk in.
Oh.
Not something you see every day.
Am I interrupting anything?
That depends. Who are you?
My name is Ilya. I was told I could find the she she pulls out a piece of paper and squints at it. The band of Misfits here?
I don't know anything
Religus
about that. I just
is
made friends.
Religus is trying to hold in his laughter. I think you mean the Misfits.
Like, it looks like she's trying to read the paper, but she's like squinting really hard, but she's like having a hard time reading it.
Do you
Yeah.
require ocular device?
I apologize. I'm not used to this form, so I'm getting used to these kinds of eyes.
I give you goggles. You read better.
Anyway, I've come to seek an audience with you and the council.
What?
What?
Excuse me.
Religus is reaching for his mace. What council?
Excuse me.
Your council, the Council of Waterdeep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember the guys, the city people guys?
Yeah, but don't
remember?
forget, the cult has a council too, so, and plus we just met this
Oh.
woman, so you know.
Okay.
Kenneth steps forward. Well, we were actually just on our way there to brief them. Why don't you join us? Okay, and that you guys start heading towards the town hall to talk about what just happened and possibly with what Ilya wants to say. As soon as you guys get to the Great Hall and open the doors, the first thing that greets you guys is screaming and the sounds of items crashing.
Oh, goodness gracious. What's happening now?
Must be Monday.
They just knew we were coming.
As you guys start heading towards the council meeting, the sound quiets down. Like, the yelling and sounds of items being thrown quiets down, and soon y'all hear scampering and the sounds of chairs sliding across hardwood floors. As you guys open the doors to go into the council room, you see all the council, well, most of the council members sitting at this table, like, acting like nothing has happened, even though the room's a mess.
Alright, who started the mess?
But there was a spider. We had to get rid of it.
Spider?
Must have
That's
been one hell of the size of a
Is
spider.
it still here? I don't like spiders. It's not still here, is it?
We don't know, we couldn't find it. Anyway, how'd it go?
No, you know, we found the dragon, we killed the dragon, we looted the dragon's hoard, we found this guy.
We disrupted. Yeah,
Hello?
we disrupted the mining operation. We feed the prisoners. Oh no, I think it's success. Would you guys agree? Success?
I mean, we're all alive, so that's a success.
Yeah. Steve, run down the door so I can remember the glory of the band of Misfits. Shut up, Steve. Okay.
I can help clean mess. Special backpack, give more arms.
Of the members of the Lord's Alliance, Ambassador Bonneville points points towards your party. And who is that behind you with the silver hair?
You don't know, really. She wanted to speak with you people. She showed up at the tavern and she said, I need to talk to your council, and so here she is.
She essentially glides over. Like when she walks, she makes zero noise, and it looks like she's not even stepping. More like she's like if she was on a hoverboard. Glides forward, but she trips about halfway and falls face first into the floor. Gets back up and dusts herself
Okay, she's
off.
not used to that body yet, apparently.
I'm so sorry. I have come to extend an invitation for a select few to meet with the metallic dragons over in the Nether Mountains. She says this as like she's trying to remember a script for like a play.
You want us, who are fighting dragons, to meet with dragons.
Oh, she said metallic dragons. There's a difference, you know. Even
Sure
I know that.
Sure they are, Granny.
Lizard is lizard.
Sure, Granny. Here, I'm sure they are. Here, have your tea. It'll help with that cough.
But even I know this. The colored dragons have a tendency for evil. The metallic dragons have a tendency for good alignments. That's how they work. Usually.
I say
Even I
lizards
know
are
this.
lizards.
Not all lizards are created equally.
Not all wizards. Not
I'm done.
all lizards are born with wings. And why do they want to meet with us?
Because we're awesome?
Reputation.
Why are you talking like you're in a school play?
Because it
What?
probably rehearsed.
Oh, sorry. I
Be
get
honest.
kind of stiff when I'm nervous.
Be honest. This is your first time doing something like this, isn't it?
Yes, it is. She said that looking down.
Also, comment you made earlier, you said you're not used to those kind of eyes. Just out of morbid curiosity, what kind of eyes are you used to having?
Comment?
And why no comment?
Don't push the lady. She's nervous.
Anyone who meets us is nervous.
I already offered goggles. She can see better. Said no, though.
I'm just wondering why she's not here in her true form versus one she's obviously can't walk in, can't see in, and is nervous to be in.
I'm in this form so I can fit in your building better. Isn't that kind of obvious?
It's not obvious, otherwise we wouldn't have asked.
It's a dragon. I'm calling it.
Are you a metallic dragon?
Yeah, most likely.
Yes.
Shall we take this
But
outside so you can be in a more comfortable form?
oh, didn't even try to hide it. You are not good at this.
No, I'm sorry.
Damn, who knew metallic dragons were very emotional?
It's okay. I would rather us take this meeting outside so you could be in your actual form, as opposed to one you're uncomfortable in, because as far as I'm concerned, metallic dragons are not as bad as the chromatic dragons. You're still awful people, but
He gives that face of like, I don't know if I should be insulted or not.
although I will say this, the best storyteller I have ever heard on stage had to have been a brass dragon.
Yeah, then yeah. Alright, let's go outside.
I'm gonna walk outside.
Once outside, Ilya gets on all fours and
Oh my.
she gets on all fours, starts the first thing that happens is her hair actually starts to glow. Her hair then encompasses her whole body and she starts to grow bigger. She then turns into this beautiful, long yet lanky, almost think of like those Asian kind of dragons,
The
but
lone dragons.
yeah, but with um with feathers going from the top of her head all the way down her back. Fur just going up the back of her arms and legs. And long white antennas basically going from the top of her forehead and extending all the way down the length of her body.
So she looks like the Asian look dragons.
Yeah, but like a mix of silver and really light blue.
I have to say, this is the first time I've seen a dragon that looks like you. What are you?
I am a silver dragon, of course.
I didn't realize silver dragons had fur.
Every dragon has their own unique design, I guess you could say. We're not all the same.
Well, I must say, as far as silver dragons go, you're quite beautiful. Continue on with the conversation we had. We need our help. Where do we go?
I have been tasked to bring you back to the Nether Mountains to talk with the rest of my council.
Is it cold in those mountains?
Oh yes, very.
Explains the fur.
Yeah, I'm originally from the mountains, but the other dragons are not.
Oh, those poor things. All right, group. Does everyone here still have cold weather gear?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Steve does, but knowing the dragons, Steve is not gonna go. They're not too fond of Dragonborn.
If need be, I can give you guys a ride.
That would be much better than walking.
That would be very appreciated. Yes.
Beats walking.
Indeed, considering...
LaFane, you fine with flying?
I do not care for being off the ground and am equally
So you're not gonna take the ride.
So,
Probably not.
out of curiosity, do you happen to know any kind of magic that could transport us there?
I personally don't.
Oh, so that would be much easier for our air phobic people. Apparently, there are those who like to keep their feet on the ground for some reason.
It's stable.
I mean, look at her. Of course she is going to be, too. You see the size of this thing?
You know, I could always hold her in my mouth if that makes her feel safer, but it's always up to her.
That sounds a lot like eating minus a step.
How does that sound, LaFane?
It sounds less pleasant.
Yeah, because then you'll be moist and in the air.
I avoided getting my fur wet once already.
Oh, come on. How many people can say they've been in the jowls of a dragon and not been swallowed?
Well, I mean,
That theory.
people's relationships.
I mean, if you'd like, you could always hop into... I'm sure someone has some kind of magical bag around here to where you don't have to see anything.
I might just sit this one out.
I think Gertrude might know someone.
Subtle hints.
Nudge, nudge.
I don't. Kind of. I met them. I know. Okay, I, the player, know who you're talking about. Yes. However,
have
Gertrude
an
only
idea.
ever met that person once
I have an
and never
idea.
got the name.
What if we tie LaFane as bungee cord, use our rope, tie bungee cord, and then Dragon can hold the rope.
And she can dangle like a piece of bait from the air. That's perfect.
That would help, bro.
That sounds great, LaFane. Like, LaFane, hold still.
Each of these is sounding less pleasant than the one before.
So you're in agreement then. It's best to just ride the dragon as opposed to these half-baked ideas.
Good.
I mean, if you don't, if you don't want to come, you don't have to come. It's your choice.
Is it that important that I show?
Well,
It is council rather than going to war, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Then why not simply allow me to stay here and prepare myself for whatever you guys all decide?
Because
Sounds
yeah.
reasonable.
that works. I mean, that works for me. If she doesn't want to come, she doesn't want to come.
Yeah, well, I guess we don't have to force her.
okay.
But we won't have a floof. We'll just miss out on having a floofy kitty to snug if we're feeling down.
When we get there, I am not the voice of reason, because if I have to be, we're all in trouble.
It's okay. I'm sure we won't fuck it up, or maybe we will. We'll have to see.
So, are you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Any particular place you'd like us not to sit?
You can sit anywhere between my neck and the base of my tail. Just don't sit on my tail.
Alright, I'm going to position myself just behind her head.
Gonga jumps on. Gonga just grabs onto your tail, just like mentioning how shiny it is.
I assume he's about to get slapped.
Yeah. Essentially, basically, the way this dragon looks is... Has anyone ever seen Raya the Last Dragon?
Yes.
No.
I have.
Not the movie, but I saw the trailers.
Yeah, she essentially looks like one of those dragons, but silver with, a light blue, fur.
And more scaly.
Yeah.
Eat. I'm
I'm
dying.
just gonna get on the middle and grab on with my funny arm backpack so that there's no possible way I can fall off.
I'll climb onto the back.
Yep. Everyone is prepared.
Onward, Buttercup.
Alright.
There's fuckery to spread.
Oh, out of game, Robbie. By the way, they were right. The microwave actually is broken.
Oh, wait, is it?
That's why your tamale. That's why it took you half an hour to get cold tamales.
Hold it.
It was working yesterday.
Yeah, and now it's not working. Get wrecked. You get cold tamales.
Hold it.
Sorry.
LaFane, you got a victory.
For context for the viewers, before I joined, I joined, and before we started, I wanted to get a snack because I was hungry. So I got some tamales out of the freezer. The kind that you just grab out of the freezer and you just throw them in the microwave and they're done. And I did what it said. I did, like 4 minutes, like it said, and they were still cold. And so, I just kept putting them in, and they were still cold. They were in the microwave for a total of 22 minutes and then I just gave up because I had to join the call for the game.
Alright. Now then. Once all the players that are going to this meeting everyone gets on her back. Once everyone's in a comfortable position, grabbing on, and when she's comfortable enough with everyone on her back, she takes off, gliding and running through the air as if she's literally running on clouds. It takes about 2 days on Dragonback to get to the Nether Mountains. Meanwhile, I'm gonna let Religus take over for a dragon meeting that's gonna take place on the villain side.
Poor Cherthalas. It seems he overestimated those heroes, Ikarashoi commented as she looked over said dragon's body. The slightly desecrated corpse of their green comrade had appeared in the chamber not too long ago, along with his horde. The latter was soon removed by their servants. I think it's rather funny, Adareth piped up as she toyed with Cherthalas' wings. We dragons have powerful wings. He should have used his own to fly away, but I guess he couldn't with that fat gut in front of him. You shouldn't mock a fallen brother, Adareth. Rajan chastised the red dragon as she laughed. Adareth turned to him in mock surprise. What? Is that sympathy I hear? Jerthalos had his chance, but ever since I helped him defeat Borlax, we've watched him devolve into a flabby bag of bones. If it was me they fought, I'd have burned them to a crisp in a matter of seconds. If you're so tough, Adareth, Stygion remarked as he got in her face, having grown annoyed with her boasting. Why don't you go and fight them? Adareth was taken aback by his forwardness. Could it be that you're afraid? After all, those Savetris have taken out two of our kind, the second being a general. It'll clearly take an equal amount of brain and brawn to take them out, and we all know you're lacking in the former. Steam slowly poured out of the red dragon's mouth as she glared daggers at her smirking black counterpart. I'm gonna burn your insides out! Enough! Garajan rose to full height, wings expanded. Adareth and Stygionis, both poised to attack each other, quickly recoiled at the sight of their blue elder towering over them. Both of you out! Now! Didn't need to be told twice. Edgar Rajan let out a heavy sigh as Akarasway approached him with a small look of concern. To think this is what the dragons have been reduced to. There are times where I wonder if our time has come. Carstray spoke. We're nowhere near as organized as we were before. You may be right, Ekorajin approached Trithalos' corpse with a solemn look, but we will discuss this later. For now, let's give our fallen brother a proper burial.
So it's been 2 days now, and essentially, you guys soon made it to the Nether Mountains where Ilya lands on basically in an opening in the middle of the mountains, which it looks like it used to be an active volcano, but over centuries of being dormant, it formed a thick layer of molten cooled lava rock, strong enough to hold 5 like it should be able to hold 5 ancient dragons, but the dragons that you guys are coming face to face with are adults, except for one. Sitting in essentially the leadership position spot is an ancient male gold dragon. Sitting tall and proud, wings furled up against his back, like basically if he was like an alpha.
He's giving out
Where-
those kinds of vibes.
Yeah, essentially. And then going from starting to his right, your guys' left, in order goes a adult male brass dragon. There seems to be a spot missing. A spot emptied next to him. The next to that is a adult male bronze dragon, and then finally to the left of the gold dragon is a adult female copper dragon. Ilya, after you guys climb down off of her back, takes her spot in the empty throne spot next in between the brass and bronze dragon, where she lays down front paws one on top of the other.
Gunga is just staring at their shiny scales. Shiny!
Tanithel hits him on the back of the head. No!
Oh! Why you do that?
Control yourself. You can't help but hear a slight, deep rumble, which kind of resembles a chuckle, coming from the gold dragon.
Well, hello there. I heard you needed our help.
Sup?
From the sounds of it, it seems like you need our help. The gold dragon booms out in a deep yet quiet voice.
You do?
I have a feeling we could help each other, don't you think?
I mean, potentially.
Because in order to deal with Tiamat, don't you think it would be good to get some dragons on your side?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
I mean, the last guy we had on our side that could turn into a dragon went crazy, got taken over by a god, and left.
So if I know metallic dragons, you aren't too fond of many of us. Many of our species. Mortals.
That is true. But hearing of your exploits trying to take care of this cult and trying to stop a ancient villain from being resurrected, kinda piqued our interest.
Yeah, when you hear a group of people that kill a really old green one, or however old that one was.
He was only an adult.
Oh, he needed an adultier adult.
Yeah, well, he basically just became an adult. Like, if he was human, he would probably be 25.
To be fair, he only most recently became dead.
However, if you do desire our help, we do require some kind of compensation.
Of course, nobody works for free, not even dragons. What'd you have in mind?
Well, me personally, I would actually love to see Ekarajan dethroned. For
You mean,
personal reasons.
you mean Old Blue? I take it you're not a fan of him.
We've known each other since we were hatchlings. In fact, you could say we used to be best friends.
And that sounds a little cliche. You sure you weren't rivals from enemy clans that started out friendly, but it just turned into like pure hatred by the end of it?
I think that's
He
a bit more cliche.
he
Yeah,
gets really close to the point of where his muzzle almost touches your nose, Religus.
I lean forward into his snout and I'm just like, before you say anything, yeah, sorry, I just got a piece of lettuce stuck in my teeth. Your scales really have a nice metallic. Your scales have a nice reflection.
Thank you. Either way, Ekarajan and I, you could say we had kind of a Tomia and Juletta kind of relationship.
Una?
Where in the company of other dragons, we acted like we hated each other, but we were actually best friends.
Oh, for a second I was about to say. For a second I thought you were about to say you two were in love.
So, you want Big Blue dethroned. There's just one problem with that. The humans have a saying: when you overthrow an asshole, make sure you either have a replacement ready or deal with the person who's taking over after him. So, which is it going to
Yeah,
be
and
in your
how?
case?
And no offense, by the way, you got a piece of deer stuck in your teeth there. Uh, no offense, but how do we know you aren't going to be just you? You pretty much hate all species, from what I've known. Well, maybe not all, but most. Who's to say you won't be as? Who's to say you take over Edgar Wretched's spot? Who's to say you won't be as cruel?
As unlike chromatic dragons, we metallics actually keep our word.
Yeah, but like a genie, you tend to twist it in your favor.
Where are you hearing about these things about the metallic dragons being tricksters? I've never heard such things.
Anyway, that's just a side thing that I would want. My true desire is a formal apology from one who speaks for elven kind for the abomination that was called the Draco Rage Mythal.
What is that?
Not gonna lie, don't know who or what that is.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've been locked up in a prison cell. I have no
I,
idea what's going on.
I don't know. Is that like a fashion statement or something? I like to imagine he's just like rubbing it. Like I like to imagine he's doing the dragon equivalent of pitching his nose, like these goddamn mortals.
So, what is that he wants the apology for, because I haven't actually heard of that.
Yeah, like, what is it?
Hold on. The Draco Rage Mythal was a magical effect created at the end. Wait, whoops, wrong thing. The mythal effects were first felt in negative 25,000 DR, possibly from the work of Lady Winterflower Duskmere, though other sources place the start of the rage 500 years before. At a later date, we dragons retaliated, attacking the capstone en masse. Elves successfully defended the location, leaving the area littered with interminable bones, a large number of which are Avriel. Essentially, it was a giant massacre of my kind by the elves. So, I want an apology.
It doesn't sound like an ask. It sounds like we don't get a choice. Although I'm not sure I care. Sounds like a reasonable thing to me.
So you want an apology from an elf with high authority?
Your people
Yes.
mounted an attack on them and lost?
We did not start the attack.
Well, you didn't finish it either, from the sounds of it.
I think I could have some. I think I might have someone in mind who can help you on that front, sir.
I mean, don't we? What you mean? Like, isn't there an elf member who's part of the Waterdeep Council, or are you talking about that king from the Misty Forest?
I want.
I'm asking Religus is asking Gertrude.
I have a few ideas. There's that one from the forest we met not too long ago, or there's the one, the king from the city. I forget which city he's from. You know, the one in the council. I'm just saying we have options.
There's only one who I want an apology from. King Melendrock.
Is he the one from the forest?
Yeah. Who is? Have we met him, Locke?
Council.
Okay, got it.
I think
yeah, like a voice in the sky. What is this guy's voice in the sky? What is his name?
Thunderstrike's council.
I think I might be able to help you on that front.
He then looks towards the brass
Words.
dragon. English work. Sorry. The brass dragon stands up on his forelegs. As for me, I want something very simple, which actually coincides with your current mission.
Wait, who's talking now? Is it still the gold one?
No, it's the brass.
Is the brass.
Okay.
I can't voice act, so I am deeply sorry if a lot of my voices sound the same.
I mean, I'm still practicing, but I'm with you there.
I have a hard time doing males. I want something that actually God damn it, no.
Excuse me for a second.
Sure. What I desire actually coincides with your current mission. I want the dragon masks handed over to us.
Can I ask why?
They're too
Or
dangerous. They're too
that's
dangerous to be
fair.
in the hands of mere mortals.
You know what? That's fair, I think. What do you guys think? I think that's fair.
Perhaps instead of handing them over, you could teach the mortals how to use them properly?
No. You either hand them over to us or destroy them completely.
I don't think
I think we can arrange something for you.
it won't be easy. You know, Sam has his eye on one. I'm sure we could figure something. I'm sure we could figure it out.
With that, the brass dragon lays back down. This silver dragon, Ilya, stands up. The silver dragon, basically, when she stands up, she just puts one of her hands to her heart, and closes her eyes, and basically says, I just want the skin of my fallen kin to be returned to me.
Do you know where it is? Like, does the cult have?
As far as I know, someone by the name of Ambassador Bronenville had it, but then he sold it, so I don't know where it is now.
Um, well, guess maybe someone from the cult has it as a trophy. We'll be sure to ask around, right, guys?
Yeah, sure.
This one you can take your time with bringing back. You can just find it at your own leisure, but promise me you will bring it back to me when you find it.
If we find it.
I just want to give my kin a proper burial.
Yeah, that's understandable.
You know, I wonder if the chromatic dragons are doing the same thing with the green one we just left laying in the cave.
She lays back down. The next dragon, which is the male bronze, stands up tall. He basically says that he does not have anything he wishes of the party members. Yeah, he basically says, I do not need anything from you, cause fortunately enough, none of you have offended me. So consider yourselves lucky. With that, he lays back down.
Duly noted.
I must be on an off day. Usually I offend people just with my presence.
The last one, the female copper dragon stands up next and looks throughout the party and basically says, I don't want much, just I do sense that one of you has something that originally belonged in my hoard.
What would that be?
Do we?
She looks at Religus.
Well, he's got something.
You?
You. Yes, that tarot deck that you have in your bag.
What, this?
Yes.
I pull out the cards and you want it back?
Yes, along with an apology.
Hold up. I did not take this from your hoard, nor did I know it was from your hoard, so I'm not apologizing for something I didn't do. Now, I'll give it back to you, but don't expect me apologize for something I didn't do.
You can just make an apology by saying, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was yours. Just that.
You dragons. Alright, I'm sorry that I didn't know these cards were yours. Here you go. I'm not really getting much use out of them anyway.
Thank you. She takes the cards and puts them under her paw as she lays down.
Is that all the dragons?
Yep.
So you want a mask, and you want the skin of a former acquaintance.
Actually, no, wait. That dude wants the masks either for themselves or did they want them destroyed. She wants the skin of her dead kin. He wants an apology from the elves. She got her tarot deck back, and the other guy just doesn't give a crap. I think that sums it up.
Yeah, the gold dragon stands back up again. Now, we do have an ultimatum if you can't do our own individual asks.
And that is...
Bring us Titanic dead or alive.
I mean, I think we can do that.
I don't think that should be too hard.
Turn over any monastery to worship Bahamut. And dedicate a historical plot of land as belonging to the dragons.
I'm sorry, you need to do what with the Shrine of Bahamut?
Turn over any monastery you find to worship Bahamut.
That one might be tough, but we'll try to get all your individual things fixed, and if we can figure out how to do these other things, we will figure it out.
So hold on. You want us to make people worship Bahamut?
You don't have to make people worship him, just turn our church into worshiping him.
So
That's all.
This might rub everybody in the room the wrong way, but how is that any different than what the cult's doing with Tiamat?
The gold dragon goes face to face with you, Jasper. We don't kill people for it.
No, you just take away their things and be like, by the way, here's your new god.
Just to remind myself real quick, just a reminder for me. Bahamut, he's the god of good dragons, right? He's like the opposite of Tiamat,
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, just making
If I
doubly sure for
recall,
myself.
I think Tiamat and Bahamut are actually siblings.
They are, and Io, if he exists in 5th edition, is their father.
Huh. Cool. I'll be right back. I need to feed the cats.
And interestingly enough, out of game information here, Io was actually the one who taught the humans originally how to fight the dragons because he was tired of his spawn squabbling so much he would rather see them dead than continue fighting.
The gold dragon stands back up again.
Nothing like fatherly love, right, Jasper?
You're right.
Sorry, go ahead.
This time, as soon as you'll finish talking, you guys hear the sound of tiny feet patters running towards you guys, and the sounds of a girl panting. And Soon, out from behind the gold dragon, you guys see a little tiny pink dragon run out.
Okay, that's just adorable.
Who is this?
You hear audibly all the other dragons groan in annoyance. Whereas
boy.
this little pink dragon runs up, stands on her hind legs as best she can. It's like,
Hey there, nice to meet you. You can call me Parma. Parma the Whimsical if you like. Now, I know what you're thinking, but don't worry. I left the Chromatic Legion to follow my true passion. Comedy!
Also, don't worry about the reaction of this room. I get that all the time everywhere I go.
You do comedy.
That's right, comedy. Would any of you like to hear some of my jokes? I've been practicing.
Yes.
Sure?
Why do paladins wear chainmail? You don't know? Because it's holy armor.
once again, you hear an annoying groan come from the dragon.
I got one similar to that. Would you like to hear it?
God, Jasper, don't you start too.
Why do rogues wear leather armor?
Why?
Because it's made of hide.
She starts laughing.
Okay. Another one. I have another one. How many goblins does it take to paint a house?
One if you slap them hard enough.
Oh, hey, you stole my joke.
She sits crossing her arms, pouting.
I think I've actually heard this joke before, like out of character. I think it actually isn't the answer. Depends on how hard you throw them.
Yeah. But I'm a monk. I punch things.
The gold dragon is like still pinching the bridge of his nose, like just get out of here. Just get out of here before she continues her routine.
Wait, question.
Yeah, look, yeah, he's like, she's nice, but.
Question. This tiny thing right here. I want to take it with me.
Yes.
No.
Parma looks up, all excited, to the point of where her tail is actually wagging.
No.
Yes.
Oh, Jasper.
You want to take me with you? That is so great. I won't let you down.
She then turns around and looks up at the gold dragon, all like, basically if she was pleading to her dad to go on a field trip.
Aw.
He was like, fine, just get out of here. And with that, the silver dragon gets on, basically lays down again for you guys to get all on her back again.
Yay, go climb on the shiny!
Takes my spot right at the base of her skull again.
And Parma flaps her little wings up and sits on your lap, Jasper.
Aha.
Just so you know, she's your responsibility.
Oh, my friend, you shouldn't have said that. I'm going to teach you so many wonderful things. Like how to kill people without getting caught.
Really? You're not kidding?
I like to about. Yeah, just stay out of. Just keep her out of trouble, man.
Once everyone's on the on Ilya. Once everyone is on Ilya again, she takes off and heads back towards Waterdeep. And with that, that is the end of chapter 5.
Cool.
That was a short chapter.
I have adopted a small dragon. Let the shenanigans begin.
Yeah,
So,
Robbie.
wait.
Robbie, while you were gone, we met a tiny pink dragon that left the colored dragons to pursue comedy, and her specialty is bad puns.
I didn't know
Yeah.
pink dragons were a thing.
And Jasper
They are.
adopted her.
Yeah. No, actually, they're a real thing.
Huh.
They were in like a D&D based novel, and they only appeared once. But yeah,
Huh. What kind of breath attacks do they have?
I'm not sure actually.
It kind of reminds me of in AD&D, they had a small draconic race called Mercury Dragons. They didn't fly and they didn't have an actual breath attack. What they did get though is as they aged, they got incredibly faster. And instead of a breath,
Apparently,
instead
their breath attack. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
instead of a breath attack, they could actually collect any kind of light source on their body and use it to stun their prey. And their mentality was, the faster food is, the better it tastes.
Apparently, a pink dragon's breath attack is a series of a cone of pink bubbles composed of irritants. It just blows bubbles. It barfs bubbles.
Oh, so many things can be done with that.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, so we are going to call today's session here. I hope you all enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.
All
Bye.
right. Yeah, y'all have fun. You have a good night.
Farewell.